Ladies and gentlemen, tonight I want to talk to you about something that is at the core of everything you will ever achieve in life. I want to talk to you about the mindset of a winner. You see, winning is not something that happens by accident. It is not something that is given to you because of luck or circumstance. Winning is a mindset. It is a way of thinking. It is a way of seeing yourself, your potential, and your possibilities. It is a belief that no matter how many times you are knocked down, you will rise. That no matter how many doors are closed in your face, you will find a way through. That no matter what life throws at you, you will not just survive, you will thrive. I want you to understand tonight that the difference between those who win in life and those who don't is not talent. It is not education. It is not luck. It is mindset. The winner's mindset is forged in the fires of adversity. It is strengthened by challenges, and it is nurtured by belief. Belief in yourself, belief in your dreams, belief in your capacity to do more than you ever thought possible. Many of you have been told you can't do that. Many of you have been made to feel small, inadequate, unworthy. But I am here tonight to remind you of something powerful. You are not defined by the doubts of others. You are not limited by the expectations of society. You are not confined by the circumstances of your past. Every single one of you has within you the power to rise above, to conquer, to become the person you are born to be. That is the essence of the winner's mindset. Now, let me tell you something about winners. They do not wait for conditions to be perfect. They do not wait for the stars to align. They do not wait for permission. Winners act. They take responsibility for their lives. They understand that they are the architects of their destiny. They are not victims of circumstance. They are masters of their own fate. If you are waiting for life to hand you what you want, you will be waiting forever. But if you take action, if you refuse to quit, if you refuse to accept mediocrity, then life must make way for you. A winner does not fear failure. In fact, a winner embraces failure. Every mistake, every setback, every disappointment is not a signal that you should stop. It is a signal that you are learning, growing, evolving. You see, failure is not the opposite of success. It is a part of success. It is a stepping stone. It is a teacher. And the mindset of a winner is one that sees every challenge as an opportunity, every obstacle as a lesson, every struggle as fuel for greatness. Think about this. How many times in your life have you allowed fear to stop you? How many dreams have you buried because you were afraid of what others might think? Afraid of looking foolish, afraid of failing. Winners are afraid, yes, but they do not let fear make their decisions. They feel the fear, they acknowledge it, and they move forward anyway. Courage is not the absence of fear, it is the mastery of fear, and that mastery is what separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. I want you to understand tonight that winners are not born, winners are made. They are made by their choices. Every decision you make, every habit you cultivate, every thought you allow to occupy your mind, these things build or break your destiny. Winners are deliberate. They are intentional. They understand that every small choice matters. Every day is an opportunity to become better, stronger, wiser, more focused. And the mindset of a winner is one that never settles. It never says, I've done enough. It never says, I'm good enough. It says, I will do more. I will be more. I will achieve more. Let me tell you something else about winners. They surround themselves with greatness. They understand that the people you spend time with have a profound impact on who you become. If you spend time with negativity, fear, and doubt, you will become negative, fearful, and doubtful. But if you surround yourself with people who lift you, challenge you, inspire you, and push you toward excellence, then your mindset will be elevated and your results will follow. Winners build a tribe of greatness around them, and they make a commitment to grow daily. And growth is not easy. Growth requires sacrifice. Growth requires discipline. Growth requires that you step outside of your comfort zone and embrace discomfort. The mindset of a winner is uncomfortable with mediocrity. It is restless until it achieves its full potential. Winners are willing to do what others will not do, to go where others will not go, to endure what others will not endure, because they know that on the other side of struggle lies greatness. Now I want to talk to you about resilience because it is the lifeblood of the winner's mindset. Life will knock you down, life will betray you, life will break promises, and sometimes it will seem cruel. But the winner is the one who refuses to stay down. The winner is the one who looks adversity in the eye and says, "You will not stop me. You may hurt me, but you will not defeat me. You may challenge me, but you will not conquer me." Resilience is not about avoiding pain. It is about using pain as power. It is about turning setbacks into comebacks. It is about saying, "I am bigger than my circumstances. I am stronger than my fears. I am destined for more." And let me be honest with you tonight, having a winner's mind, that is not popular. It is not easy. People will doubt you. People will criticize you. People will try to convince you to lower your standards, to accept less, to play small. But winners do not play small. Winners do not listen to the naysayers. Winners are too busy focused on their vision, too committed to their purpose, too driven by their passion to be distracted by negativity. And here is the key. Winners are persistent. They do not quit. They do not complain. They do not blame. They move forward. They adapt. They overcome. And they achieve. You see, the mindset of a winner is not just about winning a game, or winning a title, or winning recognition. It is about winning at life. It is about living fully, loving deeply, giving generously, and leaving a legacy that matters. It is about waking up every day with purpose, with fire in your heart, with an unshakable belief that you can, you will, and you must make a difference. That is the mindset of a winner. That is the life of a winner. That is the power that is inside you tonight. I want you to hear me clearly. You have greatness inside of you. You have potential that is untapped, gifts that are unused, dreams that are waiting to be realized. But if you continue to doubt yourself, if you continue to listen to fear, if you continue to play small, then that greatness will remain dormant. The winner's mindset requires action. It requires courage. It requires faith in yourself when no one else believes. It requires vision, focus, and the relentless pursuit of your goals. And here's the beautiful part. You are capable of it. You are capable of more than you have ever given yourself credit for. You are capable of rising above your circumstances, of breaking the chains that hold you back, of creating the life you have always imagined. But you must decide tonight. You must decide to embrace the mindset of a winner. You must decide to see obstacles as opportunities, challenges as fuel, setbacks as lessons. You must decide to never give up, never settle, and never stop believing in the power within you. Let me leave you with this truth. Winners are not afraid to dream big. They are not afraid to take risks. They are not afraid to fail. They are not afraid to shine, and neither should you be. Your dreams are valid. Your vision is possible. Your life is your responsibility. And the mindset you choose will determine the life you live. Choose to think like a winner. Choose to act like a winner. Choose to live like a winner. Because when you do, there is no limit to what you can achieve, no obstacle you cannot overcome, and no dream that is out of reach. Tonight, I challenge you to rise. I challenge you to claim your power. I challenge you to embrace the mindset of a winner. Stand up, lift your head, open your heart, and declare to the world and to yourself that you are here to win. That you are here to make a difference, that you will not settle, that you will not quit, that you will not stop until you have become the fullest expression of your potential. That is the mindset of a winner. That is your destiny, and that, my friends, is where your greatness begins. Persistence conquers all. There is a power in refusing to quit. There is a strength in standing up when the world tells you to sit down. There is a fire that burns within those who refuse to give up. A fire that refuses to be extinguished no matter how hard the storm, no matter how heavy the burden, no matter how many times life knocks them down. You see, persistence is not just about trying. It is about trying again when everyone around you says you should stop. It is about continuing when the doors are closed, the roads are blocked, and the path seems impossible. That is the mindset that separates those who achieve from those who only dream. Every one of us has faced moments when quitting seemed easier, moments when failure seemed inevitable, moments when the voice inside our head whispered, "You can't do this, it's too hard, give up." But the winner refuses to listen to that voice. The winner understands that success is not about luck. It is not about talent. It is not about opportunity falling into your lap. Success is about refusing to stop. It is about refusing to surrender to fear, to doubt, to exhaustion, to pain. The person who persists does not measure their journey by how easy it was. They measure it by how far they went despite the difficulty, by how strong they became through the struggle, by how unwavering they remained in the face of adversity. Let me tell you something about life. It will test you. Life will try to convince you that you are not enough. Life will create obstacles that seem insurmountable, challenges that seem impossible, and failures that seem final. But these tests are not punishments. They are the proving grounds of greatness. Every great achievement in history was born from persistence. Every story of triumph, every tale of victory, every life that achieved something extraordinary shares one thing in common: the refusal to quit. Think about the inventors, the leaders, the pioneers, the athletes, the artists. Every single one of them had moments when the world said no. Moments when doors were slammed in their faces. Moments when they were laughed at, criticized, doubted. Yet they persisted. They kept moving forward even when the odds were stacked against them. Even when the nights were long and the failures seemed endless. They understood that persistence is the secret ingredient that separates the ordinary from the extraordinary, the average from the exceptional. Persistence is about endurance. It is about continuing even when your body is tired, your mind is weary, and your spirit is tested. It is about taking one more step when every step hurts, speaking one more word when no one listens, trying one more time when you have failed 1,000. Persistence does not guarantee immediate success, but it guarantees progress. It guarantees growth, and in that growth, in that forward motion, you discover strengths you never knew you had, courage you never knew existed, and resilience that cannot be broken. And let me remind you, persistence is not blind. It is not stubbornness. It is not refusing to adapt or refusing to learn. Persistence is intelligent. Persistence is patient. Persistence is committed to the vision, yet flexible in its methods. It knows that setbacks are not signs to quit. They are signals to adjust, to rethink, to innovate, and to keep moving forward. A winner persists not because they are naive, but because they are wise enough to know that every failure is temporary, every obstacle is a lesson, and every delay is an opportunity to grow stronger and wiser. There is something powerful that happens when you refuse to quit. Doors that seemed permanently closed begin to open, opportunities that seemed invisible appear, strength that seemed lost returns, confidence that seemed shattered is rebuilt. And the world begins to recognize your persistence, not because you demanded recognition, but because persistence cannot go unnoticed. People notice the person who continues when others stop. They see the individual who refuses to be defined by setbacks. They are inspired by the one who keeps moving forward when giving up would have been easy. And in that recognition, your momentum grows, your influence expands, and your life begins to change in ways that would not have been possible without persistence. Persistence is a test of character. It measures not only your abilities, but also your commitment, your patience, your courage, and your faith. It asks the question, how badly do you want it? It forces you to look inside yourself and confront your fears, your doubts, your insecurities. And when you answer that question with action, when you keep going despite everything that says you should stop, you discover something incredible. You are stronger than you imagined, more capable than you believed, and more resilient than you ever knew. Let me tell you something about success. It is rarely instant. The stories you hear about overnight success are often hiding years of unseen persistence. The victories that seem sudden are built on thousands of moments when the individual refused to quit, refuse to give in, and refuse to let circumstances define them. They show up every day. They work hard every day. They endure pain, rejection, failure, and doubt every day. And eventually, through persistence, through commitment, through relentless effort, they achieve what others thought impossible. Persistence is also contagious. When people see you refuse to quit, when they see you continue moving forward when it would be easier to stop, they are inspired. Your persistence motivates others, challenges others, and reminds them that they too can overcome. You become a beacon of possibility, a living example that quitting is never the solution, and that endurance is the pathway to victory. And in that process, your life becomes bigger than yourself. Your persistence transforms not only your destiny, but also the lives of those around you. I want you to reflect for a moment on the times in your life when you felt like giving up. The moments when the pain was too much, the burden too heavy, the rejection too sharp. Now imagine if in those moments you had chosen to persist. Imagine if you had refused to quit, had taken one more step, spoken one more word, tried one more time. That moment alone, that single act of persistence, could have changed the trajectory of your life. And that is the power of persistence. It is never about a single victory. It is about every step you take when quitting would have been easier, every choice you make to keep going, and every ounce of effort you refuse to give up. Persistence requires faith. It requires faith in your vision, faith in your ability, and faith in the process. It requires belief that even when the path is unclear, even when progress is slow, even when the results seem invisible, your persistence is creating momentum, building strength, and paving the way for success. Winners persist because they trust in the unseen power of consistent effort. They trust that every moment they continue moving forward, they are one step closer to the breakthrough, one step closer to the goal, one step closer to victory. And here is something many people do not understand. Persistence is also about courage. It takes courage to keep going when failure is certain. It takes courage to face ridicule, criticism, and doubt. It takes courage to stand tall when the world expects you to fall. But winners know that courage is cultivated through persistence. Every time you persist, every time you refuse to quit, you strengthen your courage. You reinforce your determination, you solidify your resilience, and over time this courage becomes unstoppable. Persistence is a lifestyle. It is not just a momentary choice. It is a daily commitment to never give up, to never surrender, and to never allow circumstances to define your limits. It is a decision to continue moving forward even when the journey is long, the obstacles are high, and the end seems distant. It is a choice to act with purpose, to endure with passion, and to persist with unwavering commitment. And the more you practice persistence, the more it becomes a natural part of who you are, a part of your identity, your character, your essence. I want you to picture yourself at the moment of greatest challenge. The moment when everyone else has given up, the moment when quitting feels like the only option, that is the moment when persistence matters most. That is the moment when winners are made. That is the moment when your character is forged, your strength revealed, and your destiny defined. If you persist in that moment, if you refuse to quit when everything inside you screams to stop, then you will discover something extraordinary. You are capable of more than you ever imagined, more than anyone else ever believed, and more than even you thought possible. Persistence conquers all because it turns weakness into strength, failure into wisdom, pain into power, and doubt into determination. Persistence is the invisible force that keeps dreams alive, the silent engine that drives achievement, and the relentless energy that refuses to accept defeat. And here is the truth: you can cultivate it, you can develop it, you can choose it every single day, in every decision, in every action, in every thought. The more you commit to persistence, the more unstoppable you become, and the closer you move toward the life, the goals, and the greatness that are waiting for you. Persistence is about consistency, about showing up, about taking small, deliberate steps every day toward your vision. It is about trusting that the accumulation of effort, no matter how small, creates progress. It is about knowing that momentum builds slowly, but once it builds, it cannot be stopped. Winners understand this principle. They show up every day, they take action every day, they refuse to quit every day. And through that relentless commitment, they create results that amaze the world. Persistence is also about patience. It is the ability to endure long periods without immediate reward, without recognition, without validation. It is the trust that your efforts are building towards something significant, even when you cannot see it yet. Winners understand that patience and persistence work together. One fuels the other. Patience allows you to stay the course, and persistence ensures that you do not abandon the course. Together, they create unstoppable progress. Persistence is not easy, it is not comfortable, it is not glamorous. It requires sacrifice, discipline, and an unwavering commitment to the end goal. But the beauty of persistence is that it shapes you as much as it shapes your results. Every challenge you endure, every failure you overcome, every moment you refuse to quit, transforms you into someone stronger, wiser, and more capable. Persistence is a teacher, a mentor, and a force that molds your character into greatness.